I think this is good now. Okay. Alright. My name is the Link One, as you can clearly see, and I'll be discussing my issue with main only run. So I'll be talking about both sides, because I'm not gonna be completely biased. And we talk about the positives and the negatives, but I feel like the negatives outweigh a lot more than the positives. Yeah. So let's just start with a simple explanation. What is a main only? A main only run is a run where it's essentially just a cheap way to just get, I guess, good players, mainly good players who have mains or tunes that you get late game. I think I have enough experience to explain to you um uh, why uh, I don't like these ones at all. My issue with them is just that sometimes I like to play tunes that necessarily aren't mains. Yes, I'm in roleplay mode right now because I just finished recording the whole fucking scene. I'm too lazy. All right. Anyways, so yeah, I mainly play tunes that don't are not really mains like R&D, Blot, others. But I do play mains. Mainly supports, but that's I don't think I don't think uh these runs are that good because it's the player, bro. It's the player, not the tune, bro. So if you're just judging someone off based on them playing fucking Fox, and then you're not really that good at the game. Like, if you're just judging people because they're playing the purple box, it's yeah, you have an issue. To be honest, Fox isn't even that bad. He's actually pretty good, especially if you have an actual decent team, because at least he has all-around stats. So he can basically become B, a less life-threatening version of B, since she's extremely slow. It also has 2-star stealth. Not good. Yeah, but as long as you have a full team, Foxton's actually really good. Anyways, I'll be discussing, of course, first the pros. It is a cheap way to get decent players, I'd say. That is somewhat true, I'd say. Very true, very true. But my issue with it is that even when you do have mains, you like show them to them. You're like, oh, like, hey, look, I have Astro. I have Bessie. Oh, I have Vex. See, look, I have mains. And they still go like, no, you have to play a main. Like, what? Bro, I just showed you a reason why I should be allowed in the run, bro. If you're looking for pros, then I think you found the right person, bro. And they just persist. They persist on making a main. I don't know why. I don't see the issue with using tunes like Yada or like Tisha. Tisha's very good, to be honest. Tisha's actually really good for for basically a starter tune. Blot's also really good. He's a stunner basically. I don't understand people's issue with Cosmos. Like, sure, yeah, they're entitled, but an actual good Cosmo could be really helpful, especially in a main run. Since 90% of the people are just gonna be like at only have 2 hearts since they're mains, and Cosmo can use medkits since he has 3 hearts. Yeah, like, I don't understand the problem with like some of these tunes. Like, I guess you probably wouldn't want a Raj on your team because he doesn't really do much except for just simply doing machines. But I don't see an issue with having a Tisha, a Yada, or or any like good extractor. I'd say. Shit, Louis. I see Louis like really good Louis players. I don't get the problem with people just not accepting some players. Like, I just want this game. Of course, I just want this game to be good. I want people to not be so harsh to new players or harsh to anyone at all. I want everyone to be treated equally. But I guess we just can't have that in society, and it makes sense. Not everything's perfect. But it still doesn't mean we can't at least try our best to make it as equal as possible. Like, I unironically, I actually really do actually enjoy playing boxing with like the meta extraction trinkets, Mad Gloves and Participation Award. I use Boxton like that. And then some people sometimes like go into my face, go like, "No, Boxton, no, no, no." and and I'm like, bro, really? Or if I were to switch to Poppy, people start going like, "No, Poppy, no, no, no." Like, it makes no sense, bro. Like, if you're gonna judge people based off of what they have, at least check their trinkets, at least. Because if you see it like someone with participation award and magnifying glass, you could at least assume that they're at least decent at the game, at most. Since sometimes people can have good trinkets, but they still die on like floor 2. But at least it's a more better way to assume people's skill other than just, seeing their tune and then going like, "What? That guy's a pro!" Of course, I could just ignore these runs. Yes, you are very much right about ignore these runs. I could very much do that. But sometimes, like, people say that, oh, these runs don't take up much of the player base. They don't take up much of the player base. I've had so many servers that had so many main runs, and like, it is insane, bro. And if I try to play Boxton sometimes, if I try to simply just play Boxton, not even for like, making people go like, "No starters!" or anything like that. I don't do that because, that's stupid. I don't like intentionally making people mad. That's not a good thing. At least in my opinion, I don't enjoy doing that. I can see the appeal of it, but I don't want to do that. I just want to play Boxing because I want to play Boxing. And then people go into my face go like, "No starters!" And then like there's so many like no starter runs and like mains only. To where the point I had to server hop or just had to sit there on my ass and wait. Like that's not fun. That's not cool. Like the fact that I even had to server hop in the first place is ridiculous. Like you'd have to understand that as a new player or like just as anyone who just wants to play as a starter too, they just they get absolutely discriminated against, bro. And like main only runs is even more worse, bro, because your strip can only play like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 tunes. Only 7 tunes with 7. Like, bro, I want to play Blot, bro. Like, let me play Blot, bro. Let me fucking play Goob, bro. Goob's good. Or like, just let me play someone else. I don't want to play him. Yes, I enjoy playing Sprout. I enjoy playing Bass, but sometimes I get bored. Sometimes I get bored of just like playing these supportive roles. Not because I don't want to help. I of course really want to help. I want to contribute as much as I can. But like sometimes it just gets so tiring. It gets so tiring being a support because no matter what you do, your teammates are gonna be as dumb as possible and just instantly die. I could heal someone continuously as well. I remember I healed someone like 5 times in a row, and then they still die. They still died in like a matter of 2 seconds. It's just ridiculous. It's really stressful. Like, it's really annoying. Like anyone can get a main, by the way. Not just decent or average players can get mains. No. Anyone can get mains. Anyone. You're wondering how is that possible? There's no way. And not everyone can get a main. The fan with fancy person fishing rod, he's gonna die on floor 1. He can't get a main because mains only spawn past floor 5. Um, ever heard of distractors? Ever heard of like distractors? Distractors, I'm gonna have my whole different opinion in another video. But distractors, they essentially just like carry. It's basically just carrying. You're basically carrying. To be honest, I don't find distracting that fun unless I'm like dual distracting. I find it more enjoyable when I'm doing that. But I've only done that once. Anyways, distractors are basically the main way little Timmy can get his hands on his first main. So like let's say little Timmy got enough research to get V. And then after finishing Brightney's quest, mastery quest, because of another distractor that carried them, little Timmy finally managed to get V for once. And now they can finally join the main only run. And then once they join that run, they die on floor 2. like like main only runs aren't the best way to solve the issue of bad players. And the only true way you can really solve it is by either using Discord, which I can understand sometimes that's just not going to be working, since there's a verification thing. And I haven't even checked how you can even deal with that yet, so I don't know. But like, it's the player, y'all. It's not the tune, bro. Like, okay, maybe it's a little bit of the tune when you're playing Shrimpo, but anyone else, it's not that bad. Maybe also Roger, but that's it. That's it. Everyone else can be user affected. Even Doodles. Oh god. Just put extraction trinkets on her, and then she'll become somewhat useful. Like, I just really want people to, not. Oh, actually, yeah. Wait, hold on. No, 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 no. I gotta talk about this. The scene. Yeah, about the scene. Yeah, I've seen that happen so many fucking times. People just screaming at like freaking starters or like other non-main teams. Start screaming at their insulting, and they usually get banged for it. Of course, it's a couple of bad eggs within the main zone community, but you know, it's just something I see a lot though. I don't think it's a couple bad eggs, unless I'm like really getting that unlucky to the point I'm just seeing people just scream at all the non-mains. I can get that you want specific tunes, but sometimes people just want to play the game they want to play. They just want to, they want to play Boxing or they want to play Brightly. Let people play how they want to play, to be honest. But I digress. People want to play it their own way too. It's for specific people to play specific tunes. I don't see the appeal on it, so I can't really say that it's bad or not really that bad. But I just feel like allowing people the freedom to play whoever they want to play is a good thing. Because this is a game after we have to think about this. This is a video game. You can't just enforce people to do what you want. This is just a video game, bro. A kid's game at that too. This game is like, look at this game, bro. And don't tell me this is at least designed for like, little toddlers, bro. Of course, there's some like me who enjoy them. But there was factors that made me play this game to me. I will not explain those factors. Okay, I'll explain those factors. It was one of my friends. They kind of got me to play this. Anyways, to be honest, this game is good, but the community is sometimes very very not good. But I think that's just a common for every community, to be honest. Every single community is gonna have its own bad part. To be honest, there's no escaping it. Every single community is gonna have its cringe, very bad stuff. There's no escaping that. It's just bound to happen. And oh yeah, there's another factor I want to talk about. Favoritism. There's a lot of bias in this game. Not just because of the whole if you're a main, you're good at the game. No. I mean something else. There's main only runs that exist and that have someone else who's in the run that's not a main. Like what? Okay, so you're gonna start screaming at the next box and you see go by you. You're gonna scream at them, going the mains only. But what you're gonna let what GG with Fancy Purse and Wrench to be in your game because oh they're my friend. Man, screw you. I'm sorry. I don't care if your friend wants to join you in the main only run or wants to get carried by some bozos. I'm sorry, but they have to play the game the normal way, bro. I feel like it's unfair how you're just screaming at people for wanting to play, non-mains, but you dare to like go like, oh yeah, I'll let my friend who's a non-main join. Like, no, that's not fair. I don't consider that fair at all. Not fair. But that's just my opinion. Everyone else is probably gonna go like, oh yeah, but I let my friends join my specific main only runs because I think that's a nice thing to do. Yeah, sure, it's nice from that POV for their POV and yours, but to everyone else, everyone does not appreciate what you're doing. They think you're very not nice and not fair. And I don't know. It's just not good. Yeah, main only runs can be good in some aspects, but can be really bad. There's already plenty of YouTubers already talked about how main only runs are. Um, yeah, I think that's my opinion now. I think I'm done. I think I'm done now. Well, hope you enjoyed this. I guess do whatever. I don't care. Tell me, tell me your opinion or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll agree or disagree. I don't know. I'm a little bit lazy, so yeah, that's it. See ya.